morning. Hi, Pop-Up. How are you? I'm on my way to meet Olga at the beach and then up to the next town, Kolva, to meet our friends, maybe for lunch. But I met my friend Dan just a few minutes ago, so I'm already running late because we just chat. And he told me a story. He's sitting at the German bakery, and the baker lady sent the kids in, and they pull on your sleeve or tap you on the arm. And he said to her, "Don't touch me." And eventually they go away. Next day, the same thing. He said this happened 8 times. Well, now it's Christmas morning, and he's on the other side of the road. There used to be another coffee place, and he's got his back to the road, and somebody comes up from behind him. He's sitting with some friends, and the little girl looks at him and says, "Don't touch me." And everybody starts looking at him like he's a pervert. And he says, "No, those are the only 3 English words she knows, because I say, 'Don't touch me' every time I see her." Okay. It gets worse. He then goes home and tells his wife what happened. And the wife says, "Was she an untouchable?" All right, that's start the day. I haven't made it this far this trip. We passed the town square in Veena, and on the right is Dina's, a local breakfast place. Especially the foreigners like it here. All kinds of different breakfasts. And as you can see, they have the French press coffee. And they have a big one that we call a tanker. And then there's a bakery cafe on that side. We've gone to occasionally. And this is the Veena Beach Road. It's maybe a kilometer out to the beach, and then up towards Kolva, and Olga will probably meet me somewhere along the way. A lot of shops with Kashmiris, gentlemen selling gems and jewelry. They had shawls and clothing to round out the selling, but mostly they're old jewelers, and they came here maybe in the 80s when there was trouble in Kashmir, and they set up shop. Some stay year-round. Most close their shops in May and go home for maybe 4 months, 5 months, and then come back in the fall when the weather starts getting bad in Kashmir. But when you stay for a while and you start to meet people and understand this human story, plight, success, incredible thing. Hi, family with kids. There's a little haze in the air and then a little coolness this morning. They say the weather's been a little strange. We've had rains. It's usually very dry now. Even back in the States, my daughter in Oregon said it was warm until last week, and then this week snow. So it's happening all over the world, where we would go like to Rishikesh in October, and it would start to get cool. Now we went the whole month of November, and it only got cooler last week. There's somebody. Good morning. The tail gives it away. They're happy to see you. Of course, it might be based on the ladies all giving the dogs cookies. All right. Good morning. Pleasant journeys. There is something therapeutic about just walking on the beach, crashing waves, fresh air. The dogs are lounging. They must have been up. Late night activities. The birds are here because the fishermen were here. There is an economy to the creation. I've seen a couple jellyfish. Not in the water, but on the beach. Middle of January. I'd say the water temperature is maybe 75. Pretty pleasant. There are people, but not as many as we've seen in the past. It seems now people come for holidays, and most of the people that stay over 4 or 5 months are from cold countries in Europe. Olga said she saw dolphins this morning. And even though it's fished heavily, we do occasionally see dark spots out there with schools of fish. They aren't big, they're maybe 8 inches, 10 inches. There's a swimmer about 100 meters out. You see the flapping every now and then, swimming parallel with the beach. And we have met at least one person that swims 5 miles. There's a few hotels right up at the edge of the beach. And the fishermen, I've seen them this morning. Our Lady of Veena Kinhal, India, Goa. Lifeguards. Because yoga is a bit further. She's already messaged me, so I know she's done. There's a dog out on its ear. Oh, hello there, Pup.
Looks like the running place or the yoga place is renovating. Like really, barely recognize it. I even have to be sure that this is really it. We used to have a yellow gate on this side. And it looks like I have to climb some walls now. Because I don't know where the gate is yet. Things change. Okay, let's get that going. See if I can get there.
During the rainy season, the storms can be quite severe and the waves crashing and the water comes all the way up. Some of the beach shacks actually dismantle and build again the next year. But what Olga referred to as hardening of the seawall, I call concrete and rock. And they have tried to sort of claim their space on the beach and hold it. I think nature wins eventually, but anyway, this is the next phase of development. Olga's gone for a swim. That's her yoga shala up there. Beautiful place, the beach house. It has accommodations and I think maybe Ayurveda and wedding events. And she has gone to the swim. Life is very funny. I'm now sitting at the Sukarina beach shack on the way to meet our friends for lunch. Olga stopped for a swim and I'm gonna have breakfast. Okay. Just a paratha and maybe a lime soda. This is just south of Kolva. And actually off in the distance are the fishing boats today. Past the Christmas decorations and the lounge chairs. Maybe a quarter-mile out. It's a nice day in Goa. There's the boys with the bull out for the morning exercise. They take it down to the sea, give it a wash. It's part of their daily routine. While talking about changing weather and hardening the seawall and people trying to hold their spot in an ever-changing universe, Olga's just given me a 10-minute lecture on
Global warming,
sea level rise, what's going to happen when the rivers dry up and farming becomes unsustainable.
Yeah, big storms and floods.
We're seeing floods in every corner of the world. And you say, oh, that's too bad. But Olga just said all the topsoil washes off.
Not all and not everywhere, but yeah, loss of topsoil, saltification, the salinity up, so now becomes unusable for agriculture. We were talking about Europe and the Gulf Stream when that changes.
That could be cataclysmic, huh?
Oh my goodness, the only reason Europe is
It tempers
livable.
It tempers the north cold.
Yeah.
That jet, not the jet stream, but the
Gulf Stream.
Gulf Stream.
Yeah, and it's already changing. It already has eddies spinning off, but they're afraid that it's going to be a tipping point and that the whole thing will change abruptly. And then abruptly, Europe will be really cold. And people are going to have to adjust quickly to move out of there. Everything will change. So anyway, it's nothing new. I didn't come up with it. But these are some of the models.
I'm then thinking about migration and, migration is already going on. You have refugees, but then you also have the economic migrants. And,
exactly.
And if you don't look at it, you don't understand it. But if you look at it, then we have people taking sides, nationalism. Go away. This is mine.
Yeah, it's getting complicated. All that mixing and.
we've been doing take 1 and take 2 lately.
Yeah.
A message came in and the phone fell over. So go ahead, Olga.
Hey, I'm done.
Yeah.
No.
So the people who have gotten used to moving south, they'll know what to do, or they're already making plans to move. But now you're talking about passports and nationalities and
Well, I ended it with it's complicated. It's complicated, and it's world weather changes complicates things.
back in the States, the poor people from Central America come up through Mexico and try to enter the U.S. And they have been somewhat successful because we have a whole country full of immigrants.
Yeah.
But the people in the southern states are thinking, wait a minute, that's our border and don't come. So in America, the governors of the southern states are putting the migrants, some refugee seekers, on buses and sending them to the
craziness.
states in the north, so they have to deal with it.
Yeah, no, just
So now
remove the problem.
Now there's migrant camps in outside Chicago and in New York City. And
anyways, I can't fix it. See, as long as there is a difference in economic status between borders, between countries that are next to each other, of course people are going to come. You can't stop that. There's nothing you can do. You can build all the walls you want. It's not going to be stopped. So 2 ways to do it. Either you help your neighbor get up, or you let him come in and take, I mean, you're not going to be able to stop it. There has to be a leveling,
the third choice
leveling of the playing.
Yeah, but there's a third choice that people are trying to take, and it's the defensive one of building a wall. And,
yeah, but they won't stop it.
You end up
You'll make it
fighting
harder,
wars.
and you'll kill people, and it's going to get worse, but people will continue to come because they want to feed their children, they want to have education for their kids. It's just all the same stuff. We all want to live.
I remember hearing back
life.
when the talk was of Y2K, the year 2000 coming.
That was funny.
And they thought the computers were going to crash, and that would be the big change. And someone said, no, it will just be a leveling of the playing field.
That is what's happening.
And that seems to be underway.
Yeah.
So, okay, life goes on. Pleasant journeys. Some seabirds right at the water's edge. Try to get them as they take flight. Olga said he was in the pool when we came. They cleaned the kitchen today. They did, very nicely. And so, inspired by the spices I got in Kerala, I had onion and garlic ginger paste and potato and cauliflower and something else, some mustard and a few secret ingredients, and we're gonna have potato curry. Yum!